Greetings, 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 TGIF everyone. What is going on? What is happening? How are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great week. And fall is here. The kids started school, and yeah, maybe not all those that are in college, but the grade school and high school kids, did start here in Chicago, and it has been kind of interesting. Um, it's quite a few of the kids back in school. There are a lot of people that want to have at home study, but our mayor said, look here, without saying it, we need those tax dollars. So, no, them kids got to show up and put that mask on and get on in here, have a seat. And that's how they call her Auntie Lori. So, Auntie Lori said it, and so it is. But other than that, I hope you had a great week. We have, let me see what I got for you. Let's see what I have for you. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Kroger because I had a bottle of wine that I opened and I sipped it and went, yuck, I don't want this. And they were grateful, gracious, and let me return it. And it was a wonderful thing. And the wine I had chose was $1 more. The manager didn't even want it. She just said, take it. And I'm like, thank you. So I really appreciate that because I don't have any money to waste, to lose. I am not six figures. And so, yeah. And I'm sipping on it now, and it's a beautiful $12 wine. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. Well, with tax, because it was 11 something with tax. So it was a beautiful, it's just, oh, this is just a beautiful rosé I'm sipping on now. So shout out to Kroger's. Thank you. I'm not six figures. I'm sorry. I'm not like the rest of the folks on YouTube. So every $10, $12, all that count. Thank you. And let's see what else happening to me. Oh, I was walking downtown on my way to Whole Food on, I think I went on Wednesday. And it was interesting to see all the people out. And it seemed like it was more tourists than anything. Because I'm like, where are these people coming from? And they definitely weren't going to work because too many people had shorts on. The dominant society was just having a good old time. Um, it was a young crowd too. A lot of them were young. I'm like, yeah, these folks are traveling and having a good old time and checking out the sights while it's kind of nice. I think it was in the high 80s, I think, on Wednesday before it started. Because yesterday and today felt a lot better. You didn't need your air conditioning on. But it wasn't advised to move around too much because you would have turned that bad fella on. But yeah, I was walking and I noticed a lot of people, but I also noticed that there were some closures. And there were a couple of closures of salons. And one of the salons, I remember it was owned by white people and it was kind of upscale and it's gone. I didn't see a chair, blow dry, or nothing. They were out of there. And I looked across the street, same thing. They were another place. They were gone for rent. I'm like, wow. So there's a lot of people that lost businesses. They weren't able to sustain. And who knows what's going on with the future because to recover from a big loss like that for a long amount of time, you got to try to get your finances together. Oh boy. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of lease on their equipments and stuff. They stopped paying that because why? They were at home. They weren't using it and they weren't generating income. So that had to really be something. So let's see what happens in the future. We don't know. But there is um, I'll wait until tomorrow for that. Last thing I will mention to you is, what was it? Oh, I went past a couple of hair salons, just being nosy. And there's a lot of empty chairs. So that means a lot of people are not making money to rent those booths out because that's, kind of expensive. You have to pay them every week. You don't have the money, you don't get the chair. So people are suffering, you know. And that's all I have to share tonight with you. So glad that you're here. And without further ado, you all know what to do. Let's welcome our Jamaican Canadian or Canadian Jamaican, whichever way you like to say it. Classic Ruby, everybody. Classic Ruby. Yes, yes, yes. Applause, applause.
Oh, bonjour, bonjour, mon ami, mes amis. Comment ça va aujourd'hui? On va avoir une fête qui c'est si magical. Oui, oui, oui. Sorry. I thought it was on my French podcast. My bad, y'all. What's up? Hey, y'all. What's up? How you doing? TGIF. How you doing this evening, Shar? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you? Welcome, welcome.
Not not too bad. For the record, y'all, I don't have a French podcast. That was me being cute. Because even though I'm bilingual, 100% bilingual. I went to school for 13 years in French, but because I didn't have an authentic French accent, right?
Hmm.
Okay, you would maybe think I have an authentic French accent, but to native France people or Quebecers, I don't have a French accent, and
Hmm.
I was so aware of that I refused to speak French. So I'm fluent in writing French still,
Uh
right? I
huh.
can read it fluently, but because I would refuse to speak French outside of class because I didn't have a French accent. No one has a French accent. None of us. We're all born into English speaking families, right? But
Right.
me personally, no. It doesn't matter that I can speak the language fluently. If I can't speak it with the perfect accent, like thank God I wasn't born somewhere that's not English speaking. Because right now we wouldn't be having this conversation. Because if I couldn't speak English without sounding like, I don't have my whatever accent, I wouldn't speak English at all. Like I have a problem. I have a serious complex. Like I just feel like it's so stupid. Like that's like 13 years of a perfectly good education. Actually, it's longer than that. 13, 14, 15 years of a perfectly good education
Mm,
wasted because I can't speak it without an authentic French accent. Yep,
man.
that's who y'all are dealing with. Someone who's like that. Hmm. Yeah, I know. I understand if you unfriended me just now. I get it. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh no! Don't do it, y'all. Don't do that.
Hey, y'all, listen, if you want me and my crazy complexes to rub off on you, please stick around. It's going to be fun. I can already tell some of my foolishness is going to come out tonight. I feel it in my bones. I saw the title. I went, yep. It's going to be a typical Ruby night. Yeah. We'll see how this one goes.
Okay. Well, it should be interesting. You were very interested in this. I was not. I didn't see the conversation lasting a long time. And only
Mhm,
because, participation, we get a few people here and there. A lot of folks stay in the clouds. We've been having quite a bit of people just in the clouds. And,
mhm,
so I didn't really want to try to burden us with just holding a conversation. But
mm.
you never know. It might be enough in here for us to go around. We'll see, right?
Right? Exactly. Y'all keep the faith alive. Prove Shar wrong. Y'all jump in on this subject. Okay.
All right, so let me share my screen here. Let's see. Because I don't know. Sometimes, relationship just don't work. You know,
Hmm.
sometimes it just don't. Yeah,
Sometimes
you
they
can have
don't.
7 kids, but
Mm.
how do you get there? That's always the question. How did you get there?
7 kids. God damn. You couldn't figure it out after the first, what, four? Mm. 7. God damn.
Yeah, you know, it's tough out there, I guess.
Mm. Yeah. Yep. That must be it.
It's hard out there for a pimp.
Man, all I gotta say is this. Y'all women who have more than 6 kids, I'm not talking about the conditions under which you have them, but the fact that you push that many humans out of you, out of a hole that is normally the size of like a quarter, and you pushed more than six watermelons out of you and willingly did it again, y'all are rock stars. You're the reason why humanity still exists. Because I don't know, a lot of us in my generation, just the thought of that, we're like, nah, I'll have like one, maybe. I'll adopt. I don't need kids. Screw that. Like, damn, seven. Woo.
Say you pass.
Yeah, right? Like, I kind of want kids. I even want them to be my own DNA, but I really want a surrogate, you know? Like I don't really need it to grow inside of me. Like let this parasite feed off of me for 9 months and then push it out of my body. Mm, mm, mm,
Okay.
mm.
I'm gonna give Don Teasy 1 minute to show up. I'm gonna conjure him up. Don Teasy, be easy.
Conjure not easy.
Yeah, I'm conjuring him up. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
do a little Friday dance, get us warmed up, and
All
then
right.
we'll go ahead and play the video after that.
Sounds good.
Look at her. We gon' start this thing over. Groove all in the middle of the night. Come on, come on. Make you a baby, take a baby. Make you a baby, take a baby. Make you a baby, take a baby. Make you a baby. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best
All right, all
Well
right.
then.
All warmed up there. Okay.
Now that is a peanut gallery rain dance if I've ever seen one. So should work out.
Bean.
Wow.
All right. Let me get started here. Say hello
Mhm.
to L. Nixon. What's happening? What's going on?
Hello,
Uh,
hello.
all right, here we go.
Hello.
What's your name, baby?
Right.
Where you calling me from?
I'm from Indy. I'm from
Where are
Mac.
you at this moment?
What you mean?
Where you at?
At home.
Are you at your house?
Yeah.
Can you show us the room real quick?
I'm-
Let me see the other side.
For what? What you want to see?
I just want to make sure you're not in jail.
Come on, man. You putting labels on me, man.
I know I'm being stereotypical. Okay. I apologize. What's your name, boo?
My dang Ryan.
Ron, you coming from Indy? Okay.
Yeah.
Ron, what's up with your hair?
I'm just, mushing.
Ron, what do you do for a living?
I work assistant living.
You work where?
Assistant living?
Assisted living? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a couple of tattoos on your face?
Yeah.
Those are permanent tattoos?
Nah, I draw them on.
You're joke. No, you didn't.
Well, why you ask that crazy question?
Because I think it's crazy to have the tattoos on your face.
To each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're right. But if you're comfortable with it, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to know you better. Ron is an ND. You work for assisted living. How old are you?
I'm 28.
We got to be able to see your face, though, babe.
I'm 28.
Okay, but we gotta keep the phone in your. The phone gotta be in your face, like not like this. You gotta hold it in your face so we can see you properly. There you go. 28. You have any kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
7.
How many kids do you have, really? I'm gonna hang up.
I said 7.
You really have 7 kids.
I swear.
What's the ages?
9 to 1 to newborn.
Wow.
That's only 3.
All right, look. I got 3 this 9, right? Then I got a 5-year old, a 3-year old, a 1-year old, and a newborn.
Why you not with the mom? You have a 1-year-old and a newborn?
Yeah.
So you had 2 women pregnant at the same time?
Nah. That's with the same woman.
Oh, okay. Why you not with her?
I don't know. Shit don't work out.
Y'all just had 2 kids. Y'all had 2 kids back to back within the last year. Say what?
Yeah. I don't
Ron,
know.
are you bullshitting me?
Why would I lie to you?
Okay, how many kids you have under 3 right now?
Look. I won't lie to you.
You gonna pull up a picture?
Yeah, I got you. Will?
And you looking for a new girl, Ron?
Yeah.
He out of
How
his
many
mind.
kids you have under the age of 3?
3,
How many baby mamas do you have?
5.
Are you
Wow.
I'm hearing some comments, so I stopped it right there.
Listen, okay, now I'm sure they'll get into the situations and stuff. She's good at asking questions. Here's my thing, okay? Now, and ladies, this is not to get y'all off the hook using your common sense. This man has 5 baby mothers. Do you think? Look at the way he answered at the beginning. How many kids you got? And he's all sitting there smiling, and he's 7. He's 7, 7, right? Do you think that's the kind of man who's used to answering that question honestly when he's asked it? No, you don't ask. Like if you're used to, it's not like they're all brand new, right? So you're used to saying at least 5, unless you're a liar. So that tells me off jump, he's a liar. He's the kind of guy who meets a girl. This girl somehow overlooks the dumbass tattoos on his face to try to see him for the person he is. She asks if he's got kids, and he might claim one of them, maybe 2. Okay, this is the kind of guy. So when we hear all of this talk in these streets about these women, well, you should have chosen better. You knew. Well, I mean, honestly, okay, I wouldn't deal with this guy, but not because I assume that he has 17 kids, right? This is a lot of other things about him that, like the tattoos on his face, I would never be able to get over that. But my issue with him specifically is I could already tell that this is exactly the kind of liar. Like, that kind of guy, he's like a Pookie, but he's the kind of Pookie that tells you he's got dreams and aspirations. And he's just looking for a woman who's gonna
Yeah.
help him build and grow and whatever, right? And women are suckers for that because the nurturing side of us takes over, right? Especially if we don't already have kids, right? Because then all of our nurturings turn towards our man and we go, okay, yo, this guy, he's just had some hard luck and his baby mama treated him like garbage, not knowing there's 4 more baby mamas besides the one he told you about. And yo, he just needs my support and da 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 da. Like, look at that big ass smile. I can see this guy already. I already know. And he's the hustle. He is the hustle that women get caught up in, and then they get to these streets and they're told they should have known better. They should have just been able to read this guy's mind and just find out everything about him while he's lying his ass off.
Oh,
Hmm.
he's
I can see it.
charming. He's like, hey, boo, what's up? I seen you, girl. What's up with you? I
Hmm.
seen you smiling over there. Let me take you out. Okay. And it kind of started
Right.
from there. You think that might have been what happened? Yeah,
Oh, for
maybe.
sure. For sure. That's what I'm saying. Because he doesn't look like the kind of guy who's like dangerous or rude, disrespectful. He looks like the kind of guy who just lost his way a little bit, but he's sweet, he's charming, he's probably even got
Girl.
a romantic bone, and that's how he fools these women.
No, he's
Von Dad.
dangerous. He's dangerous once he pulls his penis out. That is it. That's terrible.
Vonda has
And
spoken, everyone. She's spoken.
hey, Shar. Hey, Ruby.
Hello there. Well, I'm
Thanks
gonna
for
go ahead and
having
play
me.
anytime. I'm gonna play a little bit more. Let's see what else. Jump into conclusions like that. How dare us? So just a moment. Let
Okay.
me play a little bit more here. Let's see.
You serious?
I'm dead ass.
So what? Okay, what kind of woman you looking for, Ron?
Um, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want nobody crazy. You know what I'm
You got to be crazy to date you.
saying?
You
Ron,
think a sane woman's gonna date you? A sane woman, Ron? Really? You got
what?
to be crazy.
Nah.
You have to be. I'm a not even. You. You have to be. You have to be not right to date you
Why would you say that?
because you over here. You got a lot going on. So I'm gonna be like, okay, you really have 5 baby
We was,
mamas.
I was young. You know what I'm saying?
You just young. You just had. You told me you got a newborn
Right.
and a 1-year-old. Like you just had 2 kids. That you want a woman who is not crazy to say, I'm gonna take you with your 5 baby mamas, and you just had 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
These are youngest to look.
Child, do you want more kids?
He better not.
Probably one.
You
Yeah,
want so you
please.
got 7 kids, and you want to
Oh
bring it to
Lord.
8.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
risk
look
it.
like you could afford half of those
You'll risk
kids.
it.
But
Ron,
I,
I'm curious to know what are your deal breakers? What is something that you will not tolerate in a
You
woman?
can't have deal breakers. Fuck all out of here.
I don't like no. I really don't like women with, you know, I guess like baby daddies and stuff like that.
You don't like women with baby daddies.
No,
You
no, no. See, this is exactly what I'm
Cut it off
talking
and throw
about.
it in the trash. Cut it off and throw it in the garbage disposal.
No, all of this goddamn hypocrisy. And see, the thing is, right?
Oh, come on,
No,
y'all.
because the management, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I first got here, okay, there was a space. The space was divided between guys who had babies from out of wedlock or whatever, and therefore thought that step fathering was a good thing, and they don't put down baby moms like that and stuff like that, right? They just put down a shit women. Um, and then you had the other side of guys who were mostly the incel side of things, right? And they were the ones who put down single mothers, but they also didn't create single mothers. Now, everything's all goddamn confused, right? You think you have the God given right to walk around here and create five, not one, not two, not three, not four, five single mothers. And you have the right, you have the God given right to say, I don't want to deal with no women with no kids. You know what I'm saying?
But Ruby, he said it just didn't work out.
He said no baby daddy. So I guess if she has kids and the baby daddy is dead or in jail, he'd be okay with that.
Yeah, he doesn't want any drama.
He's the drama with all
He
them baby
is
mamas and
Ha-
them toddlers. He got toddlers
that.
and 3 children that are 9 years old, but they're not triplets.
but he said it just didn't work out. He moves fast, that's all. It didn't work out with Keisha. He moved on to Susan. Didn't work out with Susan. He moved on to Lisa. Isn't that what
Okay.
people do? Yeah?
Uh,
No?
no, it's not. Because here's the thing, right? And yeah, fine. Things don't work out. You move on, right? Dating is supposed to be a time that we take time to get to know people to decide if we want to be with them forever. In the meantime,
Aw.
right? Within a 9 month period, this dude got three separate women pregnant. Three, three. Okay. Um, No, that's not moving. This is stupid. This is stupid. Why are y'all barebacking people like this? I don't understand. You're barebacking people. You're coming up inside of them. And y'all are using birth control. And then you want to blame the women and then say, I don't want none of these single moms. They're crazy baby daddies. No, you know who's crazy? I'm not even lying. Sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. But you know who's the crazy ones really to deal with 99.9% of the times? Is the baby mamas, right? Because they had a kid with this man, and then for whatever reason that fell apart. Women are normally mentally and emotionally attached to the idea of this is, the father of my child. We are supposed to be a family, blah, blah, blah. So if anyone is going to be making some kind of drama, 99.9% of the times, it's the baby mama, right? You don't see the baby fathers running over baby fathers with their car and running, you know what I mean? You don't see the fathers doing this. You
You
always
know
see it's
what?
always the
Okay,
baby
she's
mama.
reckless with the car. He's reckless with the penis. I mean, come on.
But that's what I'm saying though, right? So for him to complain about baby daddies, and that's why he don't want no single mothers, is bullshit. That's bullshit because the fathers aren't the ones who create the drama. You know who created the drama? I'll bet any amount because he said I don't want no crazy women. You know who's crazy? All of his baby moms. You know when they became crazy? After he impregnated them and then probably cheated on them and then bounced and left them with a kid. That's when they all became crazy. And somehow he thinks that he has nothing to do with that equation. He met them, they were all good girls, they were nice girls, and then they just got crazy. I don't know what happened. Really? No
uh,
idea?
I'm going to
Doesn't be
shout
it.
out to everyone that's listening, that's tuned in over on the other channel as well as this one. Just want to let you know that I have now memberships. That'll be one way of supporting the channel,
Ooh,
as well as the Cash Apps and the Patreon. That's also another way to support the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate your likes, shares, and your subscriptions as well. Vonda, would you like to say something before we finish playing this beautiful Bing footage?
I'm, you know what? I'm just so tongue tied right now. I mean, and this guy, he's just sitting up here just laughing with this Cheshire cat grin on his face. Like, I got 7 kids. Yeah, and 5 baby mama. Yeah, 3 of them 9. But, yeah, he is not taking his penis serious. He's really not. And what are the odds that these other women knew that he had all these other kids?
zero. Zero. That's what I said at the beginning. There's no way. Okay, if you're used to telling the truth about how many kids you have, right? When someone asks you how many kids do you have, you just answer them. You say 5, 7, whatever, right? Because you're used to saying it so much. So it's not a big deal for you to give them an answer, right? This guy was sitting there hiding his face and laughing and all kinds of stuff. That means you're not used to giving that answer. That means you're used to lying your ass off about it. And that's how I
And
know.
on top of that, his presentation is trash. If he's on this show talking to this woman and apparently he's looking for that special someone, he comes on there with his face and his hair looking like God knows what. There is nothing
Hmm.
in that prison cell room that he's sitting in. It's like, dude, where's your representative? What I mean, is this your representative? Send him back.
Well, this is, you know what the sad thing is? I'm pretty sure this is his representative.
Oh my gosh. Fire
I'm
your
Uh,
representative. Fire him.
well, it's only been 5 minutes. Get a brother a break. Let's see what else he got to tell us.
okay. Oh.
Don't like women with baby daddies and you got 5 baby mamas.
Man, let me be great.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a restart. We're gonna have to restart from the beginning. We have to start all over. We have to start all over. We're gonna put that greatness on your children to oppose. How the hell you gonna say you don't want women with a baby mom with baby daddies and you got 5 baby mamas?
They was mistakes.
Wow. Now he's
Not
talking
the
his
kids,
kicking
the
state.
baby mamas.
Oh wow.
How,
Um,
1, 2, maybe 1, 2 baby mama could be a mistake, but how did 3, 4, and 5? How are they a mistake? You didn't learn anything after the first
I,
two baby mamas?
I was only with two of them. The other three was, you feel me? They was random.
So you were just out here having sex with no protection.
Nah, not like that.
How was it like?
Yes, it was like that.
Right.
I was young.
Stop saying
No,
you was
you
young. How
weren't.
old are you right now? You 28. You just had a baby you just had a baby a month ago, a newborn. So 27, 26 ain't that young. But you should have got wise from your first two baby mamas.
All right, so now look. The first day mama, I ain't really, she was older than me. I probably was like 17. She probably like 27, 28. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
So then I ended up having basically two back to back with two chicks I was messing with when I was in middle school.
Oh, you had kids when you were in middle school?
Nah, I met them in middle school.
Oh, you met them in middle school.
Yeah.
Okay. And so does the woman you want to date, does she have to be an ND?
Yeah.
She can't have kids or she cannot have kids.
Maybe one baby daddy. You know what I'm saying?
What? So she can have one baby daddy, but she gotta accept you with 7 kids and 5 baby mamas.
Right.
I ain't with none of them.
What you mean it don't matter? You with them, you got kids by them. Do you take care of your kids?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that's 5
No.
different women
No.
that can call you at any
doesn't.
given time of the night because they got a child by you.
Nah, they know not to do that. Like,
But if something happens,
What are you
about
facing that?
if something happens to your child at 2 a.m., they have the right to call you, right?
Yeah, but
Okay,
Yeah,
so that means
yeah,
there's
but,
5 different women in this world that can call you at any given time, and any woman that dates you has to be okay with that.
yeah, but I'm a changed person, so
What does a changed person got to do with you being a father? I'm talking about whether you changed or not. She still has to accept 5 other women as she accepts you.
My baby mamas know though. Like, don't call me at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know I work, so at certain times I'm sleep. So ain't no point for you to be calling this late. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, technically you're right. I'm talking about, God forbid something happens with your child.
Ain't nothing like that.
You can't plan that. You can't plan the time that you might be needed.
Then I gotta go be a father if something happened like that.
Exactly. So the point I'm making is
But that's for anybody.
Exactly. So the point I'm making is any woman that dates you has to accept that reality. That's the point I'm making.
But you can't just put on the label with me because I got more kids than most people.
No, I can't put on the label with you because there's more women that she has to deal with. And more children she has to deal with. It's different if you're dealing with one woman. Now she has to figure out a way to get along with 5 different women. Because don't you want your woman to get along with your children's mom?
Of course.
You don't care.
But now, like one of them, she in a relationship. The other one, one of the other ones, she got kids after my child with her. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't, and our child 9, so if it ain't nothing to do with our child, then you really ain't got no reason to be in my line. You know? Only 2 of them I was really in a relationship with.
So at the end of the day, here's the deal. These are just the things that come along when you date anybody with kids, right? So the more kids a person has, the more acceptance you have to deal with. But you know what? There's probably a woman out there. She might got 4 baby daddies. Would you date her?
Hell no. Not seriously.
I'm going to swear for the first time tonight. How the fuck you not going to date a woman that got 4 baby daddies and you got 5 baby mamas?
Like that?
Because I can't believe it. I was trying to be a Christian woman, but I gotta come out my bag with you. So you wouldn't date yourself, basically. If you were a woman, you wouldn't date you, right?
I love me.
If you were a woman and you had the resume you had, you would not date you, right?
I ain't a bad person.
I didn't ask you all that. You just told me you wouldn't date a woman that had 4 baby daddies. So I'm asking you now, you have 5 baby mamas. If you was a woman, you wouldn't date you. So why are you asking a woman to date what you would not date?
Shit. You know what they say, bigger the risk, bigger the reward.
What do they say?
What?
Bigger the risk, bigger the reward. Sometimes you gotta take a
Oh,
gamble.
please. Please.
So you are the reward?
Hell yeah.
Uh, why? What does a woman get by dating you?
What about him as a
I'm
reward?
different, man. I'm just different.
Oh, we know that. Now that's something we know you different. Now we all agree. But what? Okay, I asked this question to everybody. What do you bring to a table? Why should a woman want to date you?
Shit. I'm funny, I'm ambitious, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna handle my business. And, you know,
You are not ambitious.
I'm focused. I'm gonna keep you on point.
You're also not focused.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just different. I feel like I'm unique in a lot of ways.
So he will date a woman that has only one baby daddy, you say?
Yeah.
No more than one baby daddy?
Nah.
Okay. Give them your Instagram name.
Maybe two. But
Two baby daddies.
yeah, if you got two, if you got more than two, you fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
What?
So
Wait,
would that
pardon?
also apply to a guy that got more than two baby mamas?
No.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Tell me why not. Please explain to me. If a woman has two baby daddies, she's fucked up. But if a man has 5 baby mamas, he's not.
It's a difference.
Tell me, I'm listening. Educate me right now. This is your moment to help me understand
I'm just
from
saying.
your perspective. I'm serious.
All right. They gonna get on my ass out there. But look, for a female, that means you let multiple dudes go and you wrong and just leave it in there. And you know what I'm saying?
Do you think a woman wants a dirty penis?
Oh,
You was up
Thank
in
you.
5 different. First of all, you was probably up in more than 5 different women. It's just 5 different women that had your kids. So you
Thank
think
you.
the same way you feel about the woman who let 2 men go in her raw. She looking at you the same way with your dirty penis.
It don't matter. This motherfucker clean. I ain't got shit. So it don't
Ew.
matter.
Ew.
When was the last time you got tested?
Is this how men really think? Do you really?
They think because they
I'm
wash it
right.
off in
I
the
can't
sink,
even
it's
complete
clean.
the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to motherfucking tell me, because I'm going to have to talk to you like this, because I can't. I'm trying to be all Christian out. You look at a woman bad for having 2 baby daddies, but a woman should not look at you bad for having 5 baby mamas and 7 kids.
Players fuck up.
Huh?
I said players fuck up.
You said prayers are fucked up?
No, I said players fuck up.
Players fuck up?
You are not a player.
Yo, he knows he's a whole goddamn clown.
You making my blood
And
pressure.
you know
I
it.
just, Lord. All right, here's the deal, ladies. If this is, he done told you who he is. I respect your honesty. I even respect the pictures of the show and tell. You gave us show and tell tonight, showing us your kids on your other phone. Ladies, you know who he is. He has told you who he is. Make sure you.
Have fun, man. I'm out here for shits and giggles. This shit for fun. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't have 7 kids for real?
They do.
You really do have 7 kids?
Yeah.
Ladies, if you hit him up, you a desperate hoe, and I'm disappointed in you. Bye, baby. I can't even.
Okay, now here's something. And I want guys
Yes.
to understand this. Okay, women are not some separate species of humans.
So 27.
Like, we don't think at all the way. Like, bro, I did a video on my channel asking about whether children equal baggage. Okay, and I was reviewing a conversation that had happened on a Facebook video. And then I said at the end, I don't date men with children. I see men with children. That's baggage, right? It's not just men who feel that way. It's also women. And it's not just men who look at it and say, well, shoot, I mean, you don't seem to be very discriminating with who you want to bareback. Oh, your kids are that close? Damn, you barebacking a lot of people all at once. That doesn't seem like a safe situation for me, being the woman, being the one who's penetrated, being the one who gets the little nicks and cuts and whatever, and from being penetrated, and therefore I'm actually a lot more susceptible to catch whatever it is that you have. Um, Now, with all of that being said, his reasoning, he said, well, it's just that's proof. There's been what 2, 3, 4 guys up in Iraq. Yeah, but here's the thing: she can only have one kid every 9 months, right? You proved you can have three in 9 months, or multiple. You can have as many as you want,
Ooh.
and you've actually proven that you were up in at least three women at the same time, raw.
Probably the same
How?
night.
Right. So who the
Yeah.
hell are you to then criticize a woman for having three separate baby daddies from three that are 3 years apart? At least she wasn't screwing them all at the same time, right? Unlike you, screwing women all at the same time, barebacking all of them, coming inside of all of them, making kids I'm positive you cannot take care of because I look at you and you can't take care of your damn self. So what are you
And
talking
then
about?
on top of that, he says he was only with, quote unquote, with or I guess with means two of them was his girlfriend. So the other five, were not.
Right,
They were just
right.
chicks that he was raw dipping in, and oops, they're pregnant. I raw dipped, and now they're pregnant. The fact of the matter is that it just because you don't have a kid does not mean you've not had sex. So he's saying if she's got two baby daddy, oh, she done had two guys raw in her. She could have had 20 guys raw in her and only
Right.
has one kid. Just like
Yeah.
he had 7 children, 5 different women. Are we going to say he's only been with 5 women? The hell no, he hasn't. He's been
I'm
with
shocked
a
he's
lot of
been with
other
five.
women,
I'm
you
shocked
know?
he's been with five, period. Like I wouldn't have put his number that high looking at him. Ladies,
You know what?
where's your
I,
self-respect? How are you
We
sleeping
just
with
have to
that
look
guy?
at the collection of baby mamas he got. Let's just go down the line. If we had a whole list of who they was, we'd probably be like, okay, I can understand. No self-respecting woman is gonna sit up there and lay up with that fool. He
Mm-mm.
come in there with all his, car seats, 7 car seats and whatnot. There's just no way.
But it's more than that. Okay, remember you said you bring your representative, right? So it's your best foot forward. And in this case, you are going on to a show that has, hundreds of thousands of people who are going to view it, right? To get a date. And you showed up and fine, once you put those stupid tattoos on your face because you want to be the next Little Wayne, which I think looks stupid on him too. But they're stuck there for life. Fine. But you didn't even comb your hair. You didn't even comb your hair. Really? You didn't have the frame of mind because you didn't comb your hair to wear a hat or a do-rag. Okay? Your clothes look disheveled. Your face looks disheveled. Right? Like, this is the best. This is him at his best. And he's talking about how he's an inspiration, motivation, and he focused and he's driven. Driven to what? Focus on what? Motivated by what? He looks like the most unmotivated man in the world, right? He looks like the most interesting man in the world, the most unmotivated man in the world. That is what you would describe him as. That guy right there, him.
Well,
Right?
you really can't really tell because just think about how the guys in YouTube are 6 figures. Maybe this guy is 6 figures, right? Maybe, huh? Could be.
Well, let's see.
Hmm.
Is it more likely that this guy is also six figures like every guy in the YouTube streets? Or
Hmm.
is it more likely that 99.9% of the guys in the YouTube streets are lying and are not actually six figures either? Hmm.
Ah.
Right. Because again, they will
Well,
all sit there in a group of thousands of them talking about the statistics say, right? And then say that only 1% of black men are earning 100,000 or more. And that entire 1% apparently has time to sit in the YouTube streets all day and all night. That's what they have time to do because they're all 100. Bro, y'all are spitting the facts at us that prove why you're for sure not making $100,000 a year. For sure, 100% not.
You know what? Even with $100,000, it's 7 kids. That's not enough. There's no
No.
way he's over 100,000 if he's even at 100,000, and that's not enough to take care of all those kids. I'm sorry. In 5 separate households, no.
Hmm. Oh, see, we got a psychologist in the building. DJ Rao's down there. Maybe he could tell us son about this guy. Listen, I absolutely agree with you. $100,000 is not enough to take care of 7 children, just for basic needs and functionality, let alone to set them up for like success in life. And when I say set them up, I'm not even talking about financially, although there's a financial aspect as far as say paying for tuition and whatnot, right? Paying for team sports and actual activities and class trips and stuff like that. But it's more than that because we know that a child and their productivity, them being able to be successful and thrive into the next generation, is actually not based on how much the family makes or how much daddy makes. It actually has to do with how much quality time he's spending with the children, how much time he's investing into them personally for him to, really be investing in their school and their success and attending their games and reading them bedtime stories and being there to discipline them with a firm but loving hand and blah blah blah. You have 7 kids. So you're trading them out because it's 5 different women, right? That's almost one a week, one a day, one a day.
It's a
You
lot
think
of
that kids seeing
impossible.
daddy one day a week, daddy only has time for you one day a week, period. Period. What if 2 kids from 2 different parents are having trouble at school? Well, daddy's got to pick one. The other one, daddy didn't care that you got into trouble, even though you were creating trouble so you could get daddy's attention. What is that going to make you do? It's going to make you act out more. It's going to make you be even more attention seeking so maybe you can be the important one next time. This is what happens. And guys like this are creating that reality and then saying, I don't want to be with no single mamas and looking at single mothers like they're the ones who created the problem.
Well, even if he was a diligent father, and let's say he did spend 1 day a week, so seeing your daddy 1 day a week is sufficient enough. And then on top of that, if he's working, because he has to be working more than 8 hours, I don't care where he's working, he's got to be working some double shifts. So he's got enough time to even spend an hour a day with the kids.
Yeah. Right. Like,
There's no
you know
way.
what?
And
We
as
got
selfish
fathers in
as
the
he
chat.
is, he needs time for himself. We already know he's selfish. So he
Oh,
needs
for
time to
sure.
himself, but he's able to work his double shifts, spend an hour a day with each of the children. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Right.
that's very pathetic, and we know that's not going on.
No, for sure not. And now, okay, we know we got some fathers in the chat, right? Well, at least
Five
I know
Jay
for sure we
Shine,
got
yes,
one.
5 baby mamas, 5
Right?
cinco.
Okay, Jay Shine's a father. Jay Shine, how many hours a day do you directly spend with your daughter investing in her personally? Not like as far as buying her stuff and whatever, but just the time you need to sit down, review homework, whatever. How many hours a day do you need to invest in her to keep her on the straight and narrow, right? Because obviously our kids go through stuff and whatever, we need to be there. We need to be present. As a father, what's the minimum hours do you think that you need to spend with your daughter per day before you're slacking as a dad? Because see, that's the thing that I can't get over. I really can't, and I'll tell you why I can't get over it, y'all. As a Jamaican person, right, going back to Jamaica, uh, single motherhood there is more prevalent than it is in America. More
Mm-hmm.
prevalent. When they tell you guys, and this is why when people say facts is facts, look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Well, no, numbers don't lie, but people do, and people manipulate facts and numbers to fit their purpose. So when they say that a single motherhood um, is the highest in America out of the entire world, they only surveyed 130 odd countries. There's more than 130 countries in the world. Um, and
Correct.
then of the 130 countries that they chose, America was number one. But it's actually not the highest. Now, you go to Jamaica, here's the thing. You got a lot of people who have a lot of kids, right? Especially dreads. I'm not even gonna lie, sorry, but dreads, they'll come up with 25, 35. They just have a lot of kids, okay? And a lot of them don't work. They don't because they don't believe in working, right? They live off the land and da 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 da. They're on a whole different vibe, okay? In America, they would all be literally living in the gutter, but it's not America, so they can afford to do this. Now, here's the thing: a lot of the issues that you have that are prevalent in America and Canada and the Western world are not prevalent in Jamaica, despite the fact that people are having even more kids. You know why? Because the fathers make an effort to be present, first of all. Second of all, the fathers make an effort to bring all their kids together. Okay. So they might have 17 different baby mamas. It doesn't matter. When it's time for the kids to come by, they're all coming by. When it's time for the kids to go on a trip, they're all coming on a trip. Right. When it's time for one of the kids to have a birthday party, all the siblings are coming. And you gotta work that out. You gotta figure that out. It just is what it is. Because the father's gonna be present in all these kids' lives. You might not pay nothing for their well-being, but he's going to be present. Okay,
Well,
and
from my
and that makes a big difference.
from
Sorry, go
my
ahead.
understanding, I think Bob Marley, he was married, but outside of his marriage, he has several other children. And
Oh yeah.
his wife, she raised a lot of his outside kids. So I do believe that he brought all his kids in together, you know,
Hmm.
and she raised a lot of those side kids, or was a mother figure to the side children because they did see their father and spend time with him.
Right. Exactly. See, Jay Shine said 2 hours, but and when she was younger, much more. But she lives with me, so that might not be fair. But here's the thing: it might not be fair, right? And we have to, have some type of understanding for, people who've broken up and are sharing custody and whatever. But if you just say 2 hours a day times 7 days, that's 14 hours a week, right? So that's 28 hours every 2 weeks, right? That's 56 hours a month. So that's 56 hours a month times 7 kids. Does he have that many hours free per month that he is investing in his children?
No.
Right, because it could even be just taking them for a whole goddamn day, and then on Saturday or Sunday or whatever the hell day you have them, that's it. You're investing fully into them, but he doesn't have enough hours in the day, enough hours in the week for him to properly invest into these children, right? And to be fair, and I'll be honest with you, another issue in Jamaica, it's similar in other countries too, but people will have a bunch of children out of wedlock, and then once they get to the person they marry, that person's just the father of all those kids, and it just is what it is, right? My grandparents were
Hmm.
like that. My mom only has half siblings, right? Two half brothers technically, and the brothers all like they all know who their fathers are, except for my mom because my mom's dad died when she was like 5 in Jamaica. But like my grandfather was just my grandfather. I didn't know he wasn't blood related to me until I was like 17, 18. Like it was blood relation or not was irrelevant. He played that role in my life because he had played that role in my mom's life. So you see that a lot though too, whereas people will have a whole bunch of children all over the damn place. Kids know who their father is, but
Hmm.
the way that they're socialized about it is different,
Right.
right?
It's not in any of the what you hear in the YouTube streets about not playing stepdaddy and
Right.
leaving a community and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
They do work together, and I've spoke with many when I would go on vacation. A
Yep.
lot of the workers were from Jamaica. The women, most of them, they were single mothers, and they would get that phone call because they weren't supposed to use their cell phone. But I'm on vacation. I don't care. I'm not telling anybody. And they would, be in my room in the corner, stop making up the bed or whatever they were doing, and talk to their
Mm-hmm.
kids. And I would talk to them about it because I found it interesting. I'm like, you're here. Your children are away, and this is how you communicate. And I just found it so interesting. And some of the bartenders, they were Jamaican, and to hear their stories as well. So everything you're saying, I know is true because I spoke with a lot of the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's so needed, right? Like we need to
Yeah.
shift. And part of the issue with the Western world is capitalism, right? I mean, one of the reasons why people don't trust the vax is because we don't trust anything that's given to us for free, because nothing is for
Hmm.
free. How dare you? Like, anything that you're giving me for free is some type of ripoff. It's some type of scam. It's something that's not going to be good for me. So we base everything so heavily on money
Hmm.
and monetary gain, and people's value and the value of what they can provide as far as money. What can you give me? How can I benefit from you? And we only see the word benefit in terms of money. So we forget the fact that money is this made up bullshit that didn't exist not that long ago in human evolution. And before that, we didn't have money. And yet people still had value.
Yeah.
And what was the value? The value wasn't, well, my husband barters better than your husband. There wasn't that didn't exist, right? If you were a fisher, you could fish. You bartered fish for damn bread or damn tomatoes. And guess what? It's harder to get the damn fish than it is to get the tomatoes. But guess what? You need both to survive. So there was no, well, my husband fishes and your husband picks oranges. Your husband ain't as high value as my husband. That didn't exist, right? That's bullshit, right? The husbands that were high value were the ones who were invested in their kids, who were doing all that social, cultural transmission learning stuff, taking time to spend time with their kids, who would fight really hard to make sure their kids and their family were provided for. The ain't shit ones were the ones who were taking every dime and spending it at the pub and coming home and beating their family afterwards because they're drunk and angry at life and da 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 da. That was ain't shitness, right? It had to do with the way you were treating other people. It had to do with your integrity. It had to do with if you could be taken at your word, if you were honorable. And like that shit still matters. I don't know why we act like it doesn't matter and it has no bearing on a happy family, a happy home, a happy spouse, a happy children, a happy life, a successful life. Like I think that's part of the issue. No one is really looking at these things from that perspective, you know? So
Hmm.
like we're looking at it, we all know he can't afford 7 kids. 1,000%. He can't. We know this. Fine.
Well, he
But
has a part too, and he didn't like
oh God.
all the things that you had to say, Ruby. He
What?
was listening. And he came back, and he said, "Wait a minute, I don't like how you painted me." And he heard you too, Vonda. So he has a part
Painted
too.
him. He painted his damn
He
self.
got his nerve. He didn't even clean up part one, and he got the nerve to come back with a part two.
Part two, right?
Yeah, he didn't appreciate all them comments talking about his penis. He didn't like that, Vonda.
Well, he put it out there. He put the penis out there, and all I did was just judge it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's hear what he has to say.
All right.
Because you said I misrepresented you or something, right?
Yeah, cause like,
Hey,
like you already.
in the comments, you say you want to come on. What's up?
Yeah, man, cause they flashed on me. They went in on me.
Okay, what you want to say? You got the floor. Because you said I misrepresented you or something, right?
Yeah, cause like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already said the thing with the like, you feel me?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, people will clear that up.
Yeah.
Some people were in the comments on the post we had were saying he had a roach on his wall. It wasn't a roach, it was a cord. Show the cord again. Now this is something we should clear up.
But
So
he
for
is in the
those who were
closet, though.
wondering, no, it was not a roach, it was the cord.
And
So
then, like,
that is worthy of clear.
they jump into conclusions about shit. Like, I got hella achievements here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of shit they just assuming. Like, they don't they don't know shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They, I don't know, man. The shit really funny though. But you know what I'm saying? It's just basically like people making assumptions on a person and don't really know me. And then the thing is, like, like I said, the caption was, you know what I'm saying, 7 kids and 5 baby mamas. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Is that not true?
Huh?
Was the caption not factual?
Nah, that's true. That's true. But the thing is, it's like, they acting like I don't take care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know me. So,
I mean, I'm not gonna listen. We're not gonna speak on whether or not you take care of your kids or not. We don't know that. But I think with the video, and maybe if you saw it, I mean, Ron, you literally judge a woman and say you wouldn't date a woman if she had 2 baby daddies. That
Right,
was
you
the
can't be a
most
hypocrite.
asinine thing. Like, how do you really don't have an argument after you say that? Because the first thing somebody's gonna say is you have 5 baby mamas, but you are talking about if a woman had 2 baby daddies, that mean it she let somebody go in. It's like, do you have you at least opened your brain to understand why people were like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense.
You know what I'm saying? It's the double standard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You made the double standard. Like if you would have said I would date a
Right,
woman that
nah,
got 5 baby
right.
daddies
Calm
because I
down.
get it, you're making the double standard because like I said in the video, you essentially would not date you.
I
You
would.
don't deserve to have
Oh,
a
you
double
changed your
standard.
answer? So now you would date a woman with 5 kids? I mean
Nah,
5 baby
nah,
daddies?
hell no, I wouldn't.
So why do you want a woman to date
Put a
you?
goddamn tattoo on his forehead.
Cause,
Shut
like,
up.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're not gonna go in circles. We're not gonna do that. We already had this conversation.
His hair's
Is there
so
anything
messy.
else you want to clear
Oh
up?
Jesus.
I'm in the stocks, all this shit. You feel me? I got all kind of different shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done got a 700 credit score, all that. So, motherfuckers just looking at me like I'm a bad guy. I'm just leaving females to be single mothers and shit. Sometimes, you know, she might be good for you, but she might not be good for me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we didn't get into your success and money and things of that nature. You can have money, but the things we were talking about in that video still stand factual. You have 5 women that have children by you. So any new woman that dates you has to sign up for that. And you even said that you're willing to have more kids. So if you got with another woman, okay, but still, that means she would be the 6th baby mama having your 8th child. You don't think a
Yeah.
woman with common sense might say, I don't want to be 6th baby mama and have this 8th baby? Like you would not do that with a female yourself.
Anybody with
Hell
common
no,
sense.
I wouldn't. But I,
Anybody.
Okay, so that's all we're saying. You would not do what you want a
I
woman
think
to do
he's
with you.
stupid.
but I'm
Are you
just saying,
stupid or
I mean, shit. I might want to get married one day. I might want one more child with my wife. You know what I'm saying?
And that's fine. You could want that, but why can't you wrap your brain around the fact that you are strongly saying I would never date a woman that had everything I had. I would never date a woman I would never marry a woman that got 5 baby daddies. I would never marry a woman that has 7 kids by 5 different men. But I want a woman to accept me for that. That's all we're saying is like,
But that's so different. That's different.
it is not different. It is not different. Like I told you before, women would have to be crazy. Like, why? If I'm a woman that has no kids, why would I want to be the 6th baby mama and have the 8th child? Why would I do that? Now, if I already had kids, it might make sense to me because I will understand you more, right? We're in the same predicament.
I'm
But
just
if
saying,
I'm a woman,
as a woman, if you got 5 different baby daddies, that means you let 5 different men shoot sperm in you. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh, shut up.
this is why you was judged. This is why literally you were judged. Like, do you hear what
this
you're
guy's
saying?
so retarded. Oh my god.
I'm a
Like,
male.
I guess basically here's this. Whether you get it or not,
You're a
the
dirty
same way
dick
you look at the
demon.
woman is the same way women are looking at you. They're looking at it. It's not different to them. It's you think it's different. It's not different.
Nah, not all of them.
Okay, well then go be with that girl. Go have 6 baby mama
And then you
and have
start.
your 8th child. I mean, at this moment, it's your life. It's her life. We already had a conversation. I'm not going in circles. I've been drinking. Anything else you want to clear up? Because now I'm about to go. But if there anything else you want to clear before you go?
Cause you act like you said, Bert, none of y'all helping his DMs, nothing. Like, damn, I thought you was supposed to be helping the single people. You know what I'm saying? You shot me down.
You need help with damn self.
Yeah.
You don't need no
I mean,
help.
you're
You
not the
got
first person. I've
7
had women
kids.
up here. I've had. I mean, let's get it clear for everybody that watches my show. The very first show, because it's not just to men.
And there was people DM.
I know people will probably DM you. I already told you the girl that DM me what I thought of her. But if she want to be with you, be with you. Like, listen, it's y'all life. It's y'all life. Do what y'all want to do. But just so people can know that this is not a guy thing. The show that made our show viral is when I had a girl that had her husband was dying in the hospital. And she was looking for a new man. And I told her she was crazy too. So it go both ways.
Yeah, now that's different.
That's of course that's a. But
That's
Ron, we gotta go. I can't spend the whole night talking to you.
Sure, leave Queen
If y'all
alone.
want to hit him up and y'all want to DM, go do what you
Yeah,
do. I wish
Deshaun
you a
cutting up. He cutting up bad.
Leave Queen alone. you, you're terrible. Listen, okay. Here's the thing, gentlemen. A bunch of gentlemen just came into that chat. What's up, Joe? Here's the thing, and I'm gonna ask y'all because I know y'all are coming from different corners. Okay, so explain to me this hypocrisy. If you can come up here and explain it all, the better, because I don't understand it. Okay, it's one thing for y'all to want to talk about there being a double standard as far as body count. Okay? You want to sit there and say it's different when a man sleeps with 20 women versus when a woman sleeps with 20 men. That is a different story than a man who recklessly barebacks chicks he don't know and creates children with them, learns nothing from that, and keeps creating more children with random chicks that he doesn't know. So there is no guarantee of safety, health, security, nothing. Okay. While he's barebacking random chicks all at the same time, creating 3 children in 1 year, doesn't learn, creates 4 more children after that. Okay. I'm blaming it on youth, blaming it on this, blaming it on that. Do y'all not see the hypocrisy, the intellectual disingenuousness with him
Well,
having the nerve to claim, okay?
he
This
said he
is
was
different
young.
karma man. He was young last year.
Yeah, that's
No,
what he
he
said. He
he's
was
got a
young.
newborn. He was not young just 3 months ago. He
Well, that was
Right.
maybe
his
the first one.
excuse. He heard that somewhere and he decided to use it, and it didn't work out for him. But he tried. So
No.
we're not going with that one. Okay.
He's a
No,
grown ass
because
man shooting live rounds from his penis, and he needs to learn how to control his penis.
right. Because if y'all listen, if women are no longer allowed, right? Because listen, I'm up in these streets sometimes in the clouds, okay? And if women can't say when they were 15 to 17 that they were young and that's why they had a baby with an inappropriate man, right? And now the best that they could ever get in their whole lives, according to y'all, right? I'm just listening, I'm just repeating your rhetoric back to y'all. The best they can ever get for the rest of their lives is no better than the baby daddy that they picked at 15, that they probably weren't picking as baby daddy so much as they just got pregnant because they're 15 and stupid. But they cannot say, I was young at 15, 16, 17, 18. They're not allowed to say they were young. Okay? So if they can't say they were young, then no grown ass man at no 25 years old could say, I was young. I didn't know no better. No, just no. You
I
can't
was at
tell me
least
that.
with two of them. The other ones, they well, yeah, I was just with two of them.
Right. Other ones, I was just barebacking and shooting up the club, and cause I don't like to pull out.
They should have said,
But I'm
"Where's your
ambitious.
test results? Do you have an STI? Where's your test results? HPV. What's going on in there?"
No, he's never been tested. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Because men don't know this, just like women don't know some things. And I think it's tragic, but it's because of the state of healthcare in America. So because healthcare isn't free for y'all, a lot of people don't know a lot of things that they should know. Um, now, especially and actually also because of the Bible Belt and all that crap, and the fact that they don't want sex ed to be taught to kids who definitely need it. So, a couple things. Number one, okay, you can catch almost every STD and be asymptomatic, which means you don't experience symptoms, but you still have that STD and you can still pass it on to others. There's almost every one of them. The clap, right? Chlamydia, gonorrhea, HPV, HSV, all of them. You can catch AIDS. You can catch all of these things. Well, you can't be asymptomatic with AIDS. AIDS is literally when you get symptoms. But HIV, right? You can catch any STD, be completely asymptomatic. Okay, so just because your dick doesn't burn, okay, just because you're all right to pee, it's all right. Nothing weird's coming out. That doesn't mean, oh, well, I'm clear that I'm in the clear. No, you could still test positive for all of those things. Okay. And some of these things, after a certain amount of time, if you don't catch it and treat it when it's in the first stage, there's a second stage where it basically goes into hiding. Okay. And then it can only be found through a blood result. You'll never see it in a swab. And then the third stage is when it goes to your brain and starts eating it away. Gonorrhea does that, for example.
Syphilis.
Um, Syphilis does that as well. So syphilis does a lot of really nasty things. Um, so here's the thing. Just because your dick doesn't burn doesn't mean you got the all clear. Okay. I didn't see nothing weird on her. She could be asymptomatic. So
Yeah.
unless you've been tested, you don't know if you got a dirty dick. So go get tested. Just like some women don't seem to know that they got a stank cooch. Okay.
Oh
They
God.
No, it's true. It's true. Women don't know because I noticed this. I noticed this,
Mhm.
and I had this conversation before years ago. But women don't know they got a stank cooch because men lie to them, and men are desperate people who will stick their D into just about anything. So it stinks, so they just hold their breath and hope for the
You
best.
know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. A woman knows when her cooch is not correct. She knows before a man don't have to tell her that it stinks. She already knows before she opens her legs. I'm sorry. That's
You know
yeah,
when it
she
smells
knows
different.
already. She
You know when
maybe
it
she
smells
ignored it.
different.
She
No,
probably ignored
here's
it
the
and
thing.
hoped he didn't say nothing, but she knows that's there's just no freaking
You
way.
would know. You would know, Vonda. Here's the thing, okay? And this is what happens a lot. Remember that there's a whole period of time of our lives that we don't even think about because we're so far past puberty. But puberty happens and suddenly every goddamn thing smells, right? You go from nothing smelling, unless it's been dirty for like 5 days, to everything smelling because it's been 10 minutes since you showered. You know what I mean? So a lot of weird different kinds of smells and whatever start coming up and it's supposedly natural. Nothing feels natural about your underarms suddenly becoming nasty ass stink bombs, right? But they do. And so what happens is this: girls are young, okay, and they get. I'm not even talking about an STD, okay. They realize there's a smell down there. They're too embarrassed to talk to anyone about it. They go to the STD clinic. They go to a free clinic and they get STD swabs. And then they find out, well, they don't have STDs, right? And so since there's no STDs, they go, well, that just must be what vajayjay smells like on grown people. They don't really know. And then men are smelling it. They're like, yo, this is funky, right? But they don't tell her. So she thinks to
Because they
herself that
want it. They
reinforces.
still want it. Who wants something that stinks? That's disgusting. I'm
You would
sorry.
be
If,
surprised,
if
girl. I
it's a
will tell
stink,
you a story in a
leave
second.
it there.
I'll tell you a
Yeah,
story
you
in a
would be
second. I know a couple.
surprised.
I know a couple. Now,
Oh
here's
my
the thing.
God.
What will happen is these women, when they finally get on a good health plan, they will finally go and get a pap test. Okay. And that will be the first time a gynecologist looks inside of them at 25, 30, and they'll find out they had a yeast infection. They've had bacterial vaginosis. They've had trichomoniasis. These are all things that are not STDs and therefore are not screened for in a typical STD swab, right? And so, because they're not sexually transmitted infections. And so you've been now living with this cheesy smell or this fishy smell for most of your life. And you didn't have proper health care for someone to tell you, and you didn't have proper support system or through the schools and whatever for them to tell you. And that's what I find happens in a lot of the cases that I'm talking about. So these women got this stank cooch. They don't even know that this is some stankness, right? So the point is, though, right? My point is about this is there's a lot of people, young people, I'm going to say, running around right now, people who are under 30, who literally don't have an understanding of how their body works, how the opposite sex's body works, what they should and shouldn't do, what they should and shouldn't value. And because they don't have that knowledge, they don't have a sense of self-worth because they feel so insecure about everything because they're confused about everything. Because, like you said, they felt something was off 10 years ago, 15 years ago. They felt something was off. They did the STD test. Nothing came up. Now they're just like, I don't know. I guess mine just is weird because everyone else says that theirs smells like chicken and mine smells like fish. And it's not supposed to smell like fish.
It,
I don't know what to
it's
do.
not supposed to smell like fish. Ladies, if you think the a fish smell is normal, go see your doctor. It's not supposed to smell like fish. You're not supposed, yeah, it's not supposed to smell like fish. It's not.
Mm-mm,
It just,
I've
it's
it's
not.
not.
there's
No.
in the bathroom at a place that I worked in 2017. There were levels of fish. So you had the buffalo fish, you had the catfish odor, and you would actually, well, I'm kind of weird, so I would actually know who's been in the bathroom
Mm, mm,
because
mm.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, you know
because
what?
they were, when they walk past you, because you're sitting down and they walk
Oh,
past you, so you got a whiff of whether it was, catfish, buffalo, red
Hmm.
snapper,
oh Lord.
and you
Buffalo.
Oh Lord. This, you know.
I'm sorry
Mm.
to educate you like that, but yeah, there are different levels, and those women, I don't really know if they knew or not. I could not answer that question. Uh, I think they thought maybe that was normal, having children and being sexually active. I guess, but I have to ask them. Other than that, I don't know.
Hmm. You know what, Regina, I want to say, first of all, Jay Shy, if it don't exist. I swear, honestly, some men just function on a principle. But Regina, you're absolutely right. Trichomoniasis, here's the thing. Trichomoniasis is a parasite, for those who don't know, okay? But it's not technically an STD, but it can be spread through
Sexually
sexual
transmit.
contact,
Yeah.
right? Same actually, but so can a yeast infection. You having a yeast infection or BV, right? Can actually be passed back and forth between you and your sexual partner. And it has to do with your pH, your balance being that far off. And so in essence, a lot of women who have recurrent yeast infections, when they finally go to a specialist to see about it, they say, "Oh, here's some of this cream for your man. He got to use that too." Because otherwise, if you're not both treating yourselves, you're going to pass it back and forth, even though it's not an STD. So you're right; it's not technically an STD. That's why they don't test for it at the free clinics, right? It's like a yeast infection or like BV, but it can be transmitted through sexual contact. So clarify my point there.
Jay Shine would like to check his pH balance.
You can buy strips.
Yeah,
It's
there are
actually
those little strips that can give you your pH balance.
You go to
yeah, it's easier in
Walgreens.
America.
Hmm.
Yeah, we don't have that here. Like you can't just walk into Shoppers Drug Mart or Rexall and buy the pH strips. You have to order it from Amazon. But in America, y'all can walk into every damn where and you can buy free drug tests. Like you can buy those drug tests. You can buy pH strips. Y'all can buy everything in your stores. Just go to the store, any store. I'm positive you could probably buy it at the gas station. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I know Amazon because I've seen them there. Because I went to test my
Hmm.
water for what was I want to test my water for something, and I saw they sold it there. I said, "Oh wow, okay."
All right, you guys heard it here. Go to Amazon, get your pH balance strips, and check your pH. Make sure your pH is balanced and everything is okay.
Hmm. But let's get back to Dirty Dick Demon now,
Uh
right?
oh.
So
Uh oh.
my point is with Dirty Dick Demon, he doesn't seem to understand reality, like biology, facts. Like I can tell he's one of those guys who really doesn't understand things. So you can think about it this way. I want men to seriously consider this for a second. It is true that women are more susceptible to catch an STD. They're more susceptible. Why? Because
Hmm.
and I know Stantisi commented on this earlier. Yes, nicks and tears in the vaginal lining. Now, why? Because friction. If you take any part of your skin and you cause a lot of friction to it, you're gonna get some type of tearing in the skin. These are normally little tiny nicks and tears. They don't hurt or
Even from
anything like that.
shaving. Hmm.
Right, exactly, right? Scratching. Sometimes you can scratch and you can cause the most microscopic little nick in your skin. So, because we are the ones who are the receivers in essence, and we have like a mucous membrane that's receiving all that friction, which is a thinner lining than what's on the penis, we can tear, and then that gives you an easier access point for us to catch things. So yes, women can catch things more easily. However, gentlemen, okay, women can also be asymptomatic with all those diseases they caught. B, they can be in the period of time where they haven't shown symptoms, even though they are very readily
Mm-hmm.
infected. And most importantly, gentlemen, I want you to understand this. If she is allowing you to bareback her after you buying her a drink at the bar and she didn't find out your name, she let like 50 other people run through her bareback, don't care, right? So what how much risk are you putting yourself at when you tell some random woman you don't like condoms, she goes okay and spreads her legs? Think about how many other people have said the same thing to her and she said okay. And now
But
you're gonna
why?
go put yourself up in there.
Yeah.
But what self-respecting man is going to meet a strange woman and say, "Oh, I don't
A
like to use
horny
condoms"?
one.
That is disgusting. I mean, it is true women are more susceptible to the diseases in it, and it's basically based on the anatomy. A woman's organ is on the inside. So whatever goes in there, it stays for some time. It incubates, it festers.
Mm-hmm.
The man, he can just pull his out and just wash it off in the sink, pee, and he might be okay, you know?
Well, not really, no, because no, that's a common misconception.
It's
But
first of all
no,
disgusting. I'm sorry. It's nasty.
yeah, I
I don't
know.
know why you'd want to stick your meat in a dark cave that, without any type of, helmet on or anything like that. No type of protection. You don't know who's been there. She may have told you, "Oh no, nobody's been there." Hey, don't believe it. That's just like a man telling you, "Oh, I
Yeah.
ain't been with nobody." It's like
Yeah.
you don't know these people. So let's just put something on it and let's not mix the juices. Let's not do that.
Oh yeah, and of course, no one ever receives oral sex with a condom or a dental dam for women. And I say nobody, I'm
Mm-hmm.
including myself in that. I'm very much never going to use a dental dam. When I was in my teen years and being a terrorist when it came to receiving head. But now that being said, right? And I understand that because what's the point then? Um, I get it, but I want y'all to understand that other than cold sores, right, which people know are there. Some people have this misunderstanding that if it's a cold sore on your lip, you can't get it on your genitals. Not true. It's skin to skin contact with any part of your body, including your fingers, your toes, your legs. If
Mm-hmm.
you've got a nick in between of your fingers, okay, I'm saying in between your fingers because I know someone this happened to. She was married to a guy. That guy had herpes, and she was living in the Dominican Republic with him at the time, and she he had had an outbreak, so rather than having sex with him or giving him oral, she just gave him a handy or two. And I guess in her drunken state, she decided in between of her fingers is a good way to give someone a handy. I don't really know how that works. Anyway, the point is, it was like a couple weeks later, and she was swimming in the salt water, and she noticed burning in between of her fingers, and she saw this open sore. She, what the hell is this? She goes to the doctor. You know how many things they diagnosed this woman with? They diagnosed her with so many things between these fingers, and it just kept getting worse and
Mm.
worse because everything they were giving her to put in between the fingers and everything they were telling her to do was making it worse. When she came up to Canada now to visit her family, she went to the doctors here. The doctor swabbed it here. They said, "Oh, it's herpes." She got herpes in between of her fingers,
Ew.
um, from giving her husband a handy.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can catch herpes from anywhere. But that being said,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, you can get gonorrhea and chlamydia and most of these infections in your mouth and in your throat. And then once you got them in your mouth and your throat, you can transmit them from your mouth and your throat onto someone's genitals or into someone else's mouth and throat. So please understand that this barebacking stuff is repulsive. But the fact that y'all are willing to give head to just about anybody, the fact that y'all are willing to kiss every damn stranger in the club, Like, you are literally upping your chances of catching STDs like a billion fold. Like, I don't think people really know the science behind these things. They think, oh, well, as long as I don't do this, I'm fine. No, no, that's not true. You're not. You're not fine. Mm-mm.
I want to play this again so we can hear the gentleman's occupation. And the queen didn't hear it, so I'm going to play it again for her.
All right.
Up with
Don't drink
conclusions
bleach.
about shit. Like, I got hella achievements here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of shit they just assuming. Like, they don't they don't know shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They I don't know, man. The shit really funny though. But you know what I'm saying? It's just basically like people making assumptions on a person and don't really know me. And then the thing is like, like I said, the caption was, you know what I'm saying, 7 kids and 5 baby mamas. Woo, woo, woo.
Is that not true?
Huh?
Was the caption not factual?
Nah, that's true. That's true. But the thing is, it's like they acting like I don't take care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know me. So
I mean, I'm not gonna listen. We're not gonna speak on whether or not you take care of your kids or not. We don't know that. But I think with the video, and maybe if you saw it, I mean, Ron, you literally judged a woman and said you wouldn't date a woman if she had two baby daddies. That was the most asinine thing. Like, how do you?
Okay, queen. Hopefully you were able to see that. He had a joystick there. He had a credit card. He had his certificate that he had a degree. So that's his occupation.
Sorry, wait, what? I missed it too. What's his occupation? I missed it this time too. I was trying to listen, I swear.
He had a joystick on because he showed the bed. He had the joystick there.
Hmm.
He had a credit card.
Hmm. Hmm.
He had his certificate that he
Hmm.
graduated. And I didn't play it long enough, but he did mention that he was into stocks. So that is his occupation.
He's different. Don't forget he's different, Shar. He's different.
Oh yeah, he's
He's,
different.
he's different.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'd like a definition of what different is, but he different,
Him.
and that's one of his qualities. He's different.
Yeah, that's I believe him. I believe he is absolutely different. Like, he's special, right? Not special like he's got an IQ of 190, but like special like he rode the short bus to school every day. Very special. Because, dude, he showed up. Think about it this way, right? Okay, if people gave me a bad name, right? And I didn't like the way I was represented on blah 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 thing. I'm not going to show up looking just as scruffy and sounding just as stupid with my arguments just as chaotic and scattered as they were the first time, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? I'm gonna sit there and try to present myself differently to say, oh, y'all, you misrepresented me. See, look how slick I look and look how smart I sound now, right? Like, you had time this time to think it through, and he didn't. He didn't think through nothing. Oh my god, what an embarrassment to like life.
Before she drops off again, I'd like to welcome Miss Regina.
Hey, Miss
Miss
Regina.
Regina! Oh, girl, we believe in you. Come on, everybody. You need to do that stuff. What do you do with Tinkerbell? You wish really hard? Or snap? What was it? I can't remember. Like, Tinkerbell, to try to keep Tinkerbell alive. Gotta do something. Do that thing. Let Miss Regina's voice live on the stream. Dang.
Oh,
Maybe your audio's not connected properly.
well, can I just say this guy's the smile that he keeps having on his face makes him look rather delayed, slow. Like he doesn't understand the brevity of what's going on in this conversation. You know,
Girl, that's what I said. Yes.
he's being interviewed, asked about his qualities. Apparently, the five baby mamas he knocked up, before it wasn't enough. So he's still looking for Miss Right. Um, and so they're trying to, get some qualifications, okay, what qualifies this guy? Let's tell you a little bit about this guy. And ladies, get in his DMs, if this sounds appealing. Nothing he said sounded appealing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Even from his looks, right? From the way he presented himself, he didn't comb his hair, probably didn't brush his teeth. He just sitting up in there, talking about his 5 baby mamas, his 7 kids, and how he doesn't want a woman who has baby daddies, maybe one, but he's not about to deal. So he wants to deal with a woman that he thinks is a virgin or damn near a virgin.
Yeah. That's literally what it is. And it's ridiculous. Like it's mind blowing. Okay? Mind blowing that this loser with a face tattoo. And yes, I don't care. Am I being stereotypical and biasing? Absolutely. If you have a face tattoo, you're a loser. You know how I know you're a loser with no motivation except to be the hottest one on the block in the hood on the street? Because anyone with any kind of goddamn common sense knows that short of you being a rapper or being a thug, there is literally no way you can thrive in anything with a tattoo on your damn face. Stop it.
Jay Shine, I am not hating. These are truths that I'm speaking about this man. These are truths. It all came out of his mouth. I don't know how he could even fix his mouth to say that he was misrepresented by someone else when all he was asked was questions, and he answered those questions about as ignorantly and stupidly as he possibly could.
Because he's ignorant and stupid. I say the short yellow bus special. Like, okay, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. I swear to God, y'all, I'm not trying to be mean. But what else can you call him? He's sitting there saying things that are so ridiculous. Like, so ridiculous. Nobody would co-sign that. Nobody. I can't think of one person that would co-sign any of the dumb shit he said. I'm being real. I can't think of one person besides maybe Jay Shine right now. Right? But like normally, on a normal basis. Like, what is he saying? He's saying that he can run around, create baby mamas, and as soon as he's done creating those baby mamas, they're not worth dating. No, but you made them. And then you made more. And then you made even more. Dude, no one's misrepresenting you. You're delusional. You are not a good catch. You're not. You're not a good catch. Unless you start making future money, you can't live future life. You know what I mean? Like you can't make future moves unless you have future money. And he don't have future money. So I don't know what he was expecting to happen. Regina, was that you? Was that you, girl? Damn it. Not fair. Is that Regina or is that someone else? I can't tell. Y'all? Hello? Hello? Guys?
Hello?
Okay, there's Vonda. Hi. Sure?
Hey, Ruby.
Hey, Vonda. Okay. I don't know. I think people are having some connection issues.
Now Shar said her mic went out.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Ruby.
Well, then I guess we're running the show. What do you want to talk about, Vonda? No. It's a hostile takeover, y'all. Hostile takeover.
So I don't know. I just don't think that this guy really took it serious. I think he was playing because he doesn't appear to be taking anything serious. So he's talking about he's, seriously looking, he might want to get married. I mean, I don't know to who or what, with the way that he's going about things. So,
right.
And I don't know what he thinks he's going to find,
I think he was being, the sad thing is, Wanda, I think he was being serious. I think that, he thought that this was going to be a way for all the good women to come flocking to him. Like he's so unaware of himself. He's so unaware of how his choices have impacted his, as they like to say, SMV, right? As though he doesn't have an SMV because the YouTube streets keep lying to him that, only women's SMV is impacted by their sexual choices and decisions. Like, no, women, good women, the kind of women that apparently he wants, they're evaluating men on the same levels, on the same standards. If you got kids, right? So if I had a kid, I could no longer turn around and say, I deserve a man without kids. I want to start a family with a man who doesn't have those outside responsibilities or outside connections with anybody. And like, how dare I? That's a hypocritical as hell if I already have a kid. The reason why I'm not a hypocrite for me saying it is because I don't have kids. So because I didn't have kids outside of wedlock or otherwise, right? It was okay for me to say, well, I want someone who has that same thing, right? This guy has proven he's irresponsible, and stupid, and takes no accountability because he hasn't. I didn't hear him once take accountability for the choices he made and the place he's put himself and the place he's put not one, not two, not three, not four, but 7 kids. The position he's put 7 kids in life, and he's currently focused with 2 newborn children. Basically, he's currently focused on finding a next woman to have more kids with. Remember, Jay Shine told us 2 hours a day, y'all. 2 hours a day is what he needed to invest daily in his daughter. And that's a single father who knows because he's invested that time and energy in raising his daughter into a fine young woman. Not quite grown yet, but still, she's a fine young woman at this point. Now, 2 hours a day. Remember, I gave you guys the breakdowns before. Do you know how many hours a day he would need to invest into child rearing, just spending time with the children in order for those children to get a full father experience? 14 hours a day. 14 hours a day. Anything less than that, he would not be giving those children adequate attention. And remember,